Hey, you think I don't know about YouTube? Well, I do. With today's story, you'll laugh, you'll learn, and you'll remember where you come from and recognize where you are going. The elders say, what the old sees while sitting, a young cannot see even from the top of a tree. So come now, listen well and let the story speak to your spirit.
Draw closer, creatures of the savannah, and children of the listening night. Come nearer to the fire that crackles like old bones, remembering their names. Sit where the shadows can hear you breathe, for a story is about to stretch its legs. The wind from the Niger River has carried this tale on its back for many seasons, and tonight it has laid it gently at our feet. Listen well, for this is a story the elders of Fair and Feather still whisper to their young. It is the story of loyalty that forgot itself, and of a guard who protected many nests but owned no den. In the land of Mali, where the Niger River coils like a patient crocodile and the earth glows red beneath the sun, there stood an animal settlement called Kumbikura of claws and hooves. It was not fenced with wood or stone, but with trust. Termite mounds rose like ancient drums. Baobab trees stretched their arms wide, sheltering generations of wings, paws, and horns. At dawn, guinea fowls beat the dust with their feet. At dusk, frogs sang songs older than moonlight. Every creature knew their place, and every place had a watcher. That watcher was a dog named Sogo. Sogo's fur was the color of evening ash, and his eyes shone like a moon that never slept. No one knew which path had carried him to Kumbikora of claws and hooves. Some said he followed wandering cattle egrets. Others claimed he had been sent by the spirits who walk on 4 legs and judge without words. What was known, what could not be argued, was that from the first night Sogo arrived, danger learned to walk softly. He guarded the granary mound of Babakele, the old donkey, whose stores of millet grass fed half the settlement. He guarded the woven nest of Awa, the weaver bird, whose beak stitched grasses into miracles. He guarded the hollow baobab where old Fanta, the tortoise, brewed bitter roots and healing leaves. When hyenas laughed too close, Sogo chased them until their courage broke like dry twigs. When snakes slithered where hatchlings slept, Sogo struck the ground with thunderous barks. When strangers prowled with hungry eyes, Sogo stood tall, teeth bright, saying without words, "Not here." And so Kumbikora slept. They slept deeply, those animals of Mali, because they trusted the dog who rested only with one eye closed. They curled into nests, burrows, hollows, and dens, knowing that while their dreams wandered, Sogo stayed awake. The elders clucked and brayed and croaked in approval. "This dog has the heart of a lion," said Babakele. "He is one of us," chirped the birds. "A fine guardian," murmured the antelopes. But when night ended and hunger arrived, Sogo ate last. Sometimes a vulture tossed him a bone stripped clean by the sun. Sometimes a goat kicked dust near his paws and laughed. Sometimes nothing came at all. Sogo slept where the night placed him, beneath granary mounds, beside the river reeds, or in the open dust where the stars counted his ribs. Rain soaked his fur. Cold crept into his bones. Hunger gnawed his belly like a small angry rat. Yet still he guarded. For loyalty, when it is young, believes love must be earned every morning. One season, the Harmattan wind arrived, carrying rumors on its breath. It spoke of prowling predators beyond the river bend, wild dogs without law, jackals with sharp hunger, and hyenas whose laughter hid knives. Drums did not beat, but fear moved from whisker to whisker. The elders of claw and hoof gathered beneath the oldest baobab, its roots thick with memory. "The night is growing teeth," brayed Babakele. "Yes," croaked old Fanta the tortoise, blinking slowly. "When shadows lengthen, danger sharpens." "But we have Sogo," hissed a monitor lizard, tongue flicking. "That dog smells fear before it learns to walk." And so they trusted the dog and trusted nothing else. That very night the danger arrived. It came without warning cries, without moonlight, without mercy. A pack of rogue hyenas slipped through the darkness like spilled oil. But Sogo smelled them before their paws touched the dust. His ears rose, his spine stiffened, his back exploded into the night, tearing sleep into pieces. He ran. He ran past nests and dens, barking warnings, circling, fighting. Teeth met teeth, claws met courage, blood darkened the dust. Pain screamed through his leg, but Sogo did not fall. He fought as though the baobab itself beat inside his chest. By the time the animals of Kumbikura woke fully, horns lowered, wings flapping, hooves striking, the hyenas were fleeing, dragging one of their own who would never hunt straight again. The settlement was saved. Cheers broke the night, birds shrieked praises, antelopes stamped approval, even the frogs sang louder.
"Sogo," they cried, "Sogo the watcher, Sogo the brave." But when the noise faded and sleep returned like a shy antelope, Sogo lay alone near the settlement edge, his leg torn and bleeding. No one noticed. Gratitude that does not stay is like rain that never sinks into the ground. Days passed. Sogo limped but still guarded. He ate less, he slept lighter. His eyes, once bright, now carried questions like trapped birds. He watched families called together in warm dens. He watched mothers groom their young. He watched doors of woven grass close gently against the cold. And sometimes, just sometimes, his tail did not lift. One evening, as the sun melted into the river, Sogo wandered beyond the familiar paths. There, beneath a thorn tree, he met Kanu, an old, scarred hunting dog with one torn ear and a cloudy eye. "Why do you walk like a shadow carrying stones?" Kanu asked, voice rough as dry bark. "I guard a settlement. They need me." Kanu laughed, a sound like bones rolling. "A settlement that eats its fill while you sleep on dust?" Sogo said nothing. "Loyalty is a fine skin, but even fine skin cracks if you never rest beneath a roof." The words followed Sogo like birds. That night, something shifted. As darkness settled, Sogo took his place at the edge of Kumbikura. The wind changed. The settlement slept. Then Sogo smelled something strange. Not strangers, not predators, but fear mixed with greed. From the shadows, animals moved quietly. Babakele the donkey crept toward the grass stores. A bush pig slipped from its burrow. A monkey loosened woven bindings. They stole from one another, eyes darting, hearts hard. Sogo barked softly. No one listened. He barked louder. A goat hissed, "Silence, dog!" A hoof struck him. Dust flew. Pain followed. "Go away," another animal snarled. "Bad dog." The words cut deeper than teeth. Sogo stepped back. For the first time, he did not bark again. Morning came with arguments. Accusations bounced like startled birds. Trust cracked. Kumbikura turned restless, and Sogo sat silently at the edge, watching. Weeks passed. The river shrank.
Grass yellowed. Hunger sharpened tempers. And when food vanished or nests collapsed, eyes turned not inward but towards Sogo. "That dog is always watching," muttered the hare. "He knows too much," hissed the snake. "Perhaps he brings misfortune," croaked a frog. Ah, when fear grows fat, even loyalty looks suspicious. One dawn, the elders gathered again beneath the baobab. The air was heavy. "We must send the dog away," brayed one. "Yes," echoed another. "Peace left when he arrived." "But he protected us," squeaked a smaller voice. "And yet look at us now," came the reply. The baobab listened. The ancestors of claw and feather sighed. Sogo stood nearby, hearing everything. No one met his eyes. At sunrise, they drove him out. No farewell howl, no thanks, just snapping beaks, stamping hooves, thrown stones. "Go, leave, find another place." Sogo walked. He passed the nests he had saved, the dens he had guarded, the mounds he had protected. No one followed. No one called his name. The path stretched wide. The sun burned. His paws cracked. His heart felt hollow. At nightfall, he collapsed beneath a thorn tree. For the first time since arriving in Kumbekura, Sogo did not stand watch. He dreamed. He dreamed of a small den warmed by shared breath, a place where food waited without begging, a voice that spoke his name not as a command but as belonging. When he woke, a she-hyena named Nene Sira, thin but kind-eyed, stood before him with her cub. "You look like one who gathered too much and rested too little," she said gently. She offered water, she offered shade, she offered space. Sogo followed her. With Nene Sira, guarding changed. He guarded because he belonged, not because he was afraid to be forgotten. He ate first sometimes. He slept warm. His wounds healed. His back softened. Seasons turned. 1 year later, danger returned to Kumbekura. Hyenas came again, but this time there was no Sogo at the edge, no warning back, no guardian. The settlement burned with chaos. In the ashes, the animals remembered. They followed the river and found Sogo, strong, calm, standing before a small den, guarding what was finally his. They lowered their heads. But Sogo did not return. For loyalty, the elders say, is a gift, not a chain. And so, creatures of the listening fire, remember, to protect others is noble, but to forget your own worth is to disappear. A guard without a home will eventually guard nothing at all. The fire is sinking now, its flames no longer leaping but breathing slowly like an elder easing into sleep. The embers glow red, remembering every word that has been spoken, holding them the way the earth holds footprints long after the walker has gone. The night has leaned closer, satisfied, and even the wind has lowered its voice. This story has finished its journey. It has walked far, guarded many hearts, and now it curls itself beside you, tired but whole. Do not drop it carelessly on the road of forgetfulness. Lift it gently as you would lift a sleeping child or a wounded friend. Carry it in your chest, not just in your ears. When you rise tomorrow and step back into the world of hooves and wings, of hands and duties, let this tale walk with you. Let it whisper when you give too much and receive too little. Let it tap your shoulder when loyalty begins to feel like hunger instead of warmth. Remember that even the strongest guardian needs a place to lie down without fear. For stories do not end at the fire, they follow. They sit beside you in silence. They return in moments of choice. They stand watch when you forget to guard yourself. And when you pass this story on, speak it with care, for it carries a truth that must not be broken, that worth is not earned by suffering, and loyalty must always know where home is. The fire sleeps now, the night keeps the rest, and the story, like a faithful shadow, walks with you until dawn.
My dear ones, this is where our story ends for now. But tell me, what did your heart feel as you listened? Share your thoughts in the comment, You know Grandma loves to hear from you. And don't forget, press that subscribe button, like the story, and ring the little bell so that every time I come back here, you will be the first to join me. Until then, may your paths be safe, fruitful, and peaceful. Remember, keep your heart warm, your spirit curious and kind.